Well, I'm back again to bang on a bit more about Scratch, and it seems like you're here to learn some bits. So we were looking at iteration last time, which was repeating and using loops. Today I want to look at branching, and this is specifically required for the Australian Curriculum Digital Technology. Branching is where a decision is made in a program. Often it's a yes-no question, and it'll have a condition. So if the condition is yes, a particular set of instructions or code will be followed. If it's not, then a different set of instructions will be executed. So why am I banging on about this if and then? Well, if is a key word, and almost all programming uses if-then or if-else statements. These can be found in the control blocks, which is here, and we have here our if-then statement. Again, we have to place a block in here for the condition to be met. For example, if I was to say, if it is raining, then get an umbrella. So we would have, if it is raining, then in here would be my instruction to get an umbrella. You might have noticed underneath we have an if, then, else. And this just adds another thing that can happen. So it might be, if it is raining, then get an umbrella, otherwise get a hat. And that's simply how that block comes into play. So talking about that's a little bit confusing, so it might be best to have a look at it in a flowchart. So I'm just bringing a flowchart that I prepared before. So here's a flowchart, and in my flowchart it has a start, and then it flows down to the question, is it raining? From here I have two options, yes or no. If it's raining, my new instruction is get an umbrella, which then follows on to get a hat and then end. Or the other alternative is start, is it raining? No, get a hat. Now if it's no, we do not execute this part of the code at all. We don't have to worry about an umbrella. Get a hat and then end. Alrighty, so let's go from our flowchart to what that would look like in Scratch. So let's begin with an event, and we'll make our event when we click on the start. What we need to do now is we need to get user input to ask the question, is it raining? Now we've not used the sensing blocks before, but in the sensing blocks we can use a question that will say ask. Ask a question, which we can type in, and then wait. We then wait for a response. So let's pop that there, and the question we want to ask is it raining? So by setting up the ask, what we have done is we have created a variable. Now a variable is like a bucket that we can put information in. So we're asking a question and our answer is going to go in a bucket, a variable called is it raining. Now over here you will see answer. So when we ask this question, is it raining, the answer gets placed into the bucket of answer. Okay? We'll look at those maybe in the next lesson a little bit more deeply. So now I've managed to ask a question, it's time to do some controlling with my if statement. So, is it raining? If it's raining, we want to get an umbrella. So I'm going to jump into look, and why it's in look I'm really not sure, and we're just going to get the cat to say, instead of hello, let's have it say get an umbrella. But before we can get the cat to say that, we have to fill in this condition. So if what? If the answer's yes, we want it to say that. Otherwise, we want it to drop down and say get a hat. So let's put the get a hat in while we're here. Let's say get a hat. Probably be better if I got rid of all the other text first. Alright, so we've got our two outcomes, get an umbrella and our get a hat. So those instructions are there. It's here we need to work now. Now you might remember that the answer part, it's rounded. It's round, but this is a hexagonal shape, and if I try to put answer in there, then it won't work. So I need to give the computer some more instruction, and we're going to use the operators to do that. We're going to say if the answer equals something, then go ahead and do it. So this is the right shape to fit in here, so I can now drag this into the first box. So it now says if the answer equals yes, because that's the answer we want. If it says yes, we want it to say get an umbrella. So we can now drag this and slide it into that little space there. Now we've got our program running, so we'll click that. It'll ask us the question, is it raining? If we answer yes, it will do this. Then it will go and finish off the program and tell us to get a hat. If I type anything else, no, yes apostrophe, it will not equal exactly that. And it will jump straight there and leave out this instruction. Let's give it a try. I don't know how that's going to look on the screen, we'll try it. So the cat's asked, is it raining? And we have to answer, so let's try yes. And it says get an umbrella, then get a hat. Awesome. Let's run it again and try something else. Is it raining? No. Enter. Just get a hat. Well, what if I type gobbledygook? Is it raining? Get a hat. Because the only answer that will give us the response of get an umbrella is yes. Alrighty, so that's using the if-then. What if I wanted to change it up just a fraction more and have two options instead of get an umbrella, get a hat regardless? What if I wanted to say if it's raining, get a hat, if it's raining, get an umbrella, if it's not raining, get your hat, and then go outside? Let's see how we would build that. So we're going to use the if-then-else. So we'll drag in the if-then-else, and I'm going to just use the bits from up here so I don't have to keep dragging and retyping. So we want it to say get a hat if it's not raining. We want it to say get an umbrella if it is raining. So our answer is still yes. Our question hasn't changed. Is it raining? So we don't get rid of that. Now all we have to do is put our last part of code in here, is where we're saying to go outside. So we'll pop that on there and we will make that go outside. Okay, so when we run the code, if it's raining and we type yes, it will do this and then say go outside. If it's raining and we say anything other than yes, it will tell us to get a hat and go outside. Let's see if that works. Let's hope. Is it raining? Yes. Oops. Yes. Get an umbrella. Go outside. So it skipped over get a hat totally because the answer was yes. If we use something else, let's say no, this time it should skip over get an umbrella and just tell us to get a hat and go outside, get a hat, go outside. Excellent. And that would be the same if we used any word other than yes. Alrighty, so your challenge is going to be, can you build some code that will play a guessing game so that I have to guess, or somebody can guess what your number is. If they get it right, tell them they're right. If they're wrong, tell them they're wrong. Good luck with that. Just before I go, I better fix up my spelling here and make outside spelt outside. We're not telling side to get out. Alrighty.